What's happening, y'all? This your boy Andre Romance, and I'm here with my wife Ash, and we about to jump into this thing.
Hello.
So today, I was looking online, and I got to thinking about how it's that time of the year for these tax returns, and it's so common that most of us don't do the right thing with the money. So I made this comment that if you waited your whole year to get your tax returns just so you can buy a car, then you can't afford it. Like, you cannot afford to spend that money on a car. And what you think about that? Like, and I know people got their own perspective of what to do with a tax return check, but for me, it's not a paycheck. You know, I look at it as like it's a bailout plan. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It should be used to take care of the issues that are causing you not to be able to afford a car. The reason that you don't have a car right now, you know, financially. Like you might have some credit that's in collections or something that's stopping you from getting more credit or something, you know?
Yes, so use it wisely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't afford to go after a car that's probably gonna, you know, you're probably gonna go and get from a lemon lot, and it's gonna cause you more issues, more problems. It's gonna cost you more money to maintain it.
True.
So from my perspective, you have to have a good logic behind how you're gonna maintain taking care of that, because you gotta worry about the gas, you gotta worry about car insurance and all that stuff, and making the monthly payments.
And then by then you're running out of that money before you know it.
What you think? What's the right thing to do with the money?
I think paying up debt, that's number one. Like, that's the top of my list. Paying up the debt. Well, I mean, you can always use it for other things too. I mean, events that's coming up, but don't spend it all in one place, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you just spread it out. So I'll probably say, like, honestly, I'm starting to make a list of the things that, you know, where that money is going towards, because, you know, sometimes when you have that money in your pocket, you tend to just spend.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, where'd it go? But yeah, I would say make a list, prioritize what's, you know, of course, the important stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, if you have extra money, then hey, by all means, go splurge. go shopping or something.
Yeah. It's like one of those things that you. It's like a guessing game, you know. When you get that much money in your hand, you hadn't had it all month or all year, and you just get this lump sum. It's like it's burning a hole in your pocket, you know. It's like you want to spend it.
Yeah. Or put it towards, if you have kids, I don't know, I'd say put some away for their, you know, for their savings.
Most definitely.
You know, I mean.
And I totally agree with that, because as I think about it, you know, a lot of us that get the lump sums of the huge amounts of money, we get it because of the kids. You know, it's not because of just us.
Yeah.
It's because we have these kids, and then in the end, the kids don't even get nothing in return. Right. It's like, what do we put away for them?
So that's on my list. Like, that's like my number one on the list is the kids first, and then other things, well, that they need.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't spend it all in one place, especially not towards a car, or maybe towards a car payment.
Like if they paying it off or something like that. Like
yeah, I mean,
like if they already got one.
So I would say debt. Bring your debt down.
Most definitely, debt is like key.
Yeah. No, we all accumulate debt throughout the year. just like, okay, wait for this tax money to pay some off.
Yeah.
Which is kind of bad, but it helps. A little bit helps.
Yeah, it's hard to wrap your mind around like the idea that if you're paying your taxes right, that you shouldn't really have a tax return.
Yeah.
Like there should be nothing that dramatic of a cost coming to you, you know, like that amount of money. If you was paying your taxes right and you was utilizing just if you was doing the system right, you know. And a lot of us, we grow up, we're not taught how to pay our taxes and what percentage to pay and stuff like that. And it's like 0.00747. You know, it's like a weird number like that, the percentage of what you make. And this is something like throughout all of the communities, like we really don't learn about this stuff. And then we don't learn how to properly put away money. You know, we get into these situations where we're paying rent or we're paying on a car or something like that, and all these bills add up to the exact amount that we make.
Well, you're supposed to, you know how it is, you're supposed to pay yourself first. When you get paid, you're supposed to pay yourself first.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's not even the case. It's like, what do you have left over?
Yeah, you have nothing, you know. And this just goes into planning how you're gonna structure your bills, you know, like knowing what you can afford. I learned the hard way, you know, growing up. I would get stuff according to what I was making, you know, and at the end I had just enough money just to cover, you know, the things that I was buying, and that's like totally wrong. What do you think about that? Yeah. About like, yeah, so I'm bringing, if I bring $2,500 a month in, I'm gonna go and get me a house that's gonna cost me $2,000, you know, a month, and then that $500, that's all gonna go to like the essential bills, like the water or whatever, the gas, electricity, a phone bill, maybe you got a car note or something like that. And then you're gonna have like $100 at the end to, you know, to play around with or buy fast food every day or whatever. But we never make room. You know, it should be 1/3 of what you make a month. That should be like your essential bills, like rent, all of that included. It should be about 1/3 of what you make on a monthly basis. And it's hard to wrap your mind around because some of us is not making a whole lot of money to start with, you know. And so you say, well, if I'm making $1,000 a month, which is that's a low price, but man, I encourage y'all, like the ones that are not making a lot of, you know, not making enough, to push to get that job, push to get that career where you can make, you know, twice the amount of money that you're making now, to where you have that money to put away, or you have that money for when hard times hit, you know.
Rainy days.
Yeah. Like every year here, we got to go through the taxes every year even with these vehicles. The newer the car is, the more it costs to get it registered and all that. In Hawaii, we have one of the highest tax rates for vehicles. Every year, to register a vehicle, it's going to cost you about $400.
I know, it's ridiculous, right?
As a resident, you're going to spend about upward of $400 per year to register your car. And if you don't have that money saved away, or you don't have a plan in place, that's tough. That's a tough cost to chuck up. You know, and it's like that for a lot of other things as well. So when I say, like, if you're waiting around for that paycheck, you know, at the end of the year, that it should be utilized to put you in a position where you can take and leverage your credit, or, you know, to build your credit up so that you can have liquid, you know. It's not just something that you're going to spend every year and it's just, you're not going to see it, you know. It's gone the first month that you get it. it should not be like a paycheck. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, I encourage you all to start correcting your situation to where, like I was saying, the amount of money that you sending out is only 1/3 of what you bring in per month. It's tough. It really is tough. I am myself don't even do that. You know, I get to put away 1/3 of what I bring in a month, but it's up to y'all to start shifting. Know what you're working with. Know what's in your bank account. Know what you have coming in, so you can kind of position yourself to continue to grow. You know, this life is not about spending money. It's about gaining. It's about gaining stuff. It's about gaining what you need to gain. Being in the position where you don't have to be a burden to other people. You know, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
I said a lot, didn't I? Oh man.
Well, facts.
that is nobody's friend.
Nope.
And they want their money, man. If you owe the IRS at the end of the year, they want their money.
Oh yeah.
They don't want some of it, they want all of it.
Those guys. They greedy now.
Yeah, they come and get you. And don't worry too.
There's no way around it too.
You mess around and don't put your numbers in right.
Speaking of IRS, this guy stole all our money last year. Not knowing, you know, we had all this student loans. Oh my God, I was like, where is our money? Why? I was like, how come we didn't get our money yet? Call up the IRS. Oh, we went to student loans. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Every bit. We didn't get a penny from that.
Yeah, if you have student loans,
man.
get those paid off.
I was like,
If you got federal loans like Sally Mae, go and pay the lady.
leave.
Because it messes your credit up. And once the credit go, you can't even get nothing else. Can't buy a house, can't finance a car. And then if you do get the opportunity to finance a car, they're gonna hit you with that 18% and that 22.9% because 23% is illegal. So they gonna hit you, you know. They gonna hit you a point off. You know, they be getting people, man. They'll get you. They just want you to put that money back in the system. But if you hang on to it, you know, you're doing the right thing. You investing in your kids, and you investing in your well-being for your future. Not for these cars. And stay off those lemon lots. Please stay off the lemon lots. Don't go and buy a car with 100,000 miles on it that, you know, have 5-6 different owners that probably didn't take care of it. It's on its way out once it hit 100,000 miles, and that's a regular car. You know, you pay attention to how people, even how you yourself would treat a car. Do you get the tires changed on time? Do you get the brakes done on time? Do you go and get your oil changed, you know, when it's scheduled? You know, do you get all the maintenance done? And a lot of people don't do that. They just drive until the red light come on, you know, and then they say, oh, I gotta get this fixed now.
It's too late already.
And that's like the improper way to maintain a vehicle.
We'll take except.
Like you.
Oh no, you're right. I'm thinking something else.
Yeah, but you have to build that structure. So, you know, when I say that, you know, you can't afford to spend that money on a car. It should be, you know, it should be going into building up your ability to buy that car throughout the year, not just because tax return come around, which is it's a growth process that you have to go through and understand how your finances should be used. Yay! We're going to Chuck E. Cheese because the kids is just, that's what they woke up on today. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese.
No, we're gonna go eat first.
Chuck E. Cheese.
First stop, Chili's. And then we'll go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Should I?
Kids are already fed. It's our turn to. No, they're gonna eat more, but. Yep. So guys, spend your tax return wisely, and don't blow it all in one place.
Yeah. If you're gonna blow it somewhere, put it in the bank. Let it sit there.
Blow up in the bank.
Yeah, let it go. Let it build interest.
Right, just stay here, baby.
I like to see money grow. It's something about when you see an amount of money increase every month or every week. It gets addicting. Then you get used. You just get. There's a happiness that comes with watching numbers rise and rise and rise and grow.
Remember that 52-week challenge we used to do?
Yeah.
But that thing takes forever. It's like, okay, $1 first week, second week $2.
Yeah, you gotta be realistic when you're dealing with those. You gotta have like.
Sometimes I'm like, why don't you just start back? Maybe start backwards.
It's gotta be an amount of money that's gonna excite you, you know. And then you gotta hold yourself accountable for it, like.
I know, it's like
stick to it.
Yeah. It's like, oh wait, did I put $3 in this week?
And you can't. It's like you can't do those type of goals when you live in paycheck to paycheck. Like you. Like those only work if you're like every week, you know, when the new Jordans come out or whatever, I'm going to get a pair, you know. And so you spend like $300 at a time per week or per month or whatever, however soon the Jordans come out, you know, or you're chasing after the next best thing.
Alrighty. Well, happy Monday, everyone.
Oh yeah. So I hope we hit the nail on the head with this topic. Trying to bring some stuff for y'all that's a little more appealing to what everybody's like really going through. Cause I understand like everybody is not on this spiritual journey yet, and so I gotta find ways to reach down and get my people, you know. But we love y'all, man. We love y'all. I want to see y'all doing good things. That's why I make the comments I make about like tax returns and stuff like that. I want to see y'all do the right thing with the money. I put so many years in doing the wrong thing with my tax returns, man. It's not even funny. And you don't realize how much you spend per year until at the end of the year when you see how much you've been paid. And you go, dang, where did all that money go? What did I do, you know, with all this money? And if you calculate like your bills, like how much your bills cost you versus how much you made, you could really see how much money you swindled away. And it's a sore eye, right? It's a sore eye when you look at that stuff.
Maybe on the right. The eyesore.
So I encourage y'all to do the right thing with y'all money. Put it where it needs to go so that you can build yourself. That way?
Right.
So you can build it up. You gotta build it up. Start getting y'all credit together, man. Money is not a visual thing. Money is something that is invisible. It doesn't exist really. It's just how you maneuver in life. And how you're able to liquefy your time that you're putting in at these jobs. And if you're tailoring it right, your time on this earth is awarded greatly. And if you ain't calculating your worth right, and you just end up on that paycheck to paycheck cycle. But know your worth. No, not one human is better than the other. So ain't no reason why you shouldn't be on top like any of these million or billionaires, you know. But it's all up to you how you maneuver your life and do the right things to make that happen for you, you know.
Good tips.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. I'm working on myself as I be working with y'all too. You know, we working on this every day. This is everyday life growth. This is like not something that we just got together and then we come and talk about it because we got it together. We working it out as well, you know. There's ways that you can grow and ways to better yourself, you know. So this is about self-growth. I love y'all, man, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Y'all keep me up, I'm gonna keep y'all up. And we out this thing.